for those who don't know. One of the most, if not most popular COD 2 map for matches. So whoever wins will pick the side. As far as the sides go, it's pretty equal here. Defense and attack. Some teams fare better on one, some on the other side. So let's see what they pick.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you, in your opinion, which side would be more beneficial. But from what you said, you think it's pretty much even.
I think it's pretty much even, where teams played this map very differently. Some choose a quite random approach that they basically disperse all over the map on attack, and they try to get a few picks and then move in on one or the other bomb. The others go very organized, usually like on 90% of time on B bomb attacks with smoke and shotgun rushes. And then 1 or 2 rounds they'll madly rush A, because that is hard to stop when you're not expecting it. But yeah, otherwise, if you have a very solid defense and you're making sure you're safe and covered for the first minute or so of the round, then defense can be quite well done as well. So I would say it's about 50-50 as the sides go. So let's see what they pick. It should be interesting.
Oh, we are just waiting for you, Dado, to ready up. But I'm going to ask you as well, because I've been out the loop of COD 2 for so long, which of these players do you have your eye on to provide something special? Which of the players that you're expecting to really turn it on here?
Well, I believe that for Anonymous, we should mainly be aware of Snail, who is quite an incredible sniper and an all-around player. Thomas, who usually actually is referred to by some people that are friends of his as Fail Snail as well. He'll hate me for this. But yeah, watch out for Snail. He usually carries. In the other team, I think Vincent usually top frags, so be aware of him.
Yeah, speaking of Vincent, he did just pick up a pretty nice rifle frag onto Ruben there on the A bomb site. And as Dado was talking, has gone down to a 2 versus 1 against Anonymous. The last player will be Snail, the player that Dado has said to watch out for Anonymous. He is the scope for Anonymous. Is he normally the scope, Dado? Or is this kind of a one-off?
No, he is the default scope. Rage, or now Anonymous, tend to sometimes drop it and just play like 5, shotgun and 4 other weapons. But when there's a scope, then it's Snail. Ruben takes it when they mess around.
Alrighty. Well, I do remember from the COD 2 days, though, Dado, that the scoping on this map can be pretty sick if you get the right spots.
Exactly, especially on attack. If he has patience and he sticks around the spawn roof for a while, then he can get picks if the defending team gets impatient and they start pushing, as is Snail doing it right now, as we can see. So basically stick around the back and watch and get your guys covered until they make a few picks of their own. It'll be nice maybe to watch Snail at this moment, if we can, just to basically see what a scope does on allies. Can look a little bit boring, but it's very important for covering the middle of the map and the back pushes when you have a B attack.
Alrighty, well, running on to the second round here. Only one player has been dropped on the Axis side. That will be Vincent. And it's gone pretty quiet here. Looking to be fairly standard defense from what I can remember. And Ruben has just been dropped from Sefk. Yeah, am I pronouncing that right? Sefk?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's not his real in-game name, so I'm not sure who that is actually.
Alrighty, I'm sure I'll be corrected numerous times. That's the way with Call of Duty, isn't it? Either way, the bomb has gone down, and you can see Anonymous camping in deep here. Hawkey with the shotgun is the point man of choice. 2 frags have been exchanged. Snail has taken down Calvin, but instantly down from Matrix. Hawkey onto Stracy there with the shotgun. Nice play from him, and he has taken his side. 1 play to the good. Remember, the bomb is down. Going to be difficult here for COD 2 MP to pick this one up. Sefk is pushing up with the MP44, though. Will pick up the frag onto Hawkey. Head straight back onto Matrix, though. So again, that player advantage laying in the hands. And there's Voiko with the final kill. And Allies will pick up the round 1-1.
It was actually quite funny to see there that Snail missed Matrix, who was in the middle of his screen. He didn't see him, and he got shot afterwards. He walked right in front of him. Can we take a look at Viacor, what he is doing this round? He goes far to the right, so B long on East Road, with a gradual slow B push. He's managed to tag up on somebody on A roof, and is going through the alleys with his teammates to get a few picks, try and get a few picks, smoke it out, and pretty much do the same thing that they have done last round. Vince, since your old days of COD 2, what would you think, or do you know or remember any of the Rage players? Because some of them are actually quite old school.
As you know, Darko, my memory is terrible, mate. So no is a simple answer. I really don't remember much about this game. As you know yourself, I used to play this day in, day out for a very long time.
Exactly, yeah.
But I really don't remember. I really don't remember. I mean, I'm having problems enough remembering the spots and what they were called. So to remember player names is a bit too far out of reach for me.
Okay, well, I was asking that because Viacor is actually one of the very much old school, very successful players who even had a short, high level span in COD 4. And then he decided to come back to COD 2, like a few have recently. So if we come back to him, you can see they're switching over to A-bomb because they managed to pick off a few through the middle. And now they have it planted and locked down, and they're waiting for the defending team that was on B-bomb to move in, which was only Vincent, and he's dropped. And we have 2-1 to Anonymous. Take it away, Vince.
Alrighty. Well, actually, Dido, I'm going to ask you, who do you fancy for this game? Which team do you think is going to take it home? I didn't ask this before, but predictions.
Well, in general, I think it's pretty safe to say that Anonymous are heavy favorites in this match. They are definitely one of the favorites for the entire Eurocup for this season. If I'm not mistaken, they finished second last season and first the season before that, with a pretty much same lineup as they have now, except for, I think, Hockey, who's a player who used to play with them before, had a break and has now returned after Fuzar, the Slovenian legend, has decided to take a break from COD 2. So they're heavily favored, definitely. Also in the first round, they won their match while Anonymous lost theirs.
Oh, okay then. So yeah, they've got the pedigree backing them up here the last two Eurocups. So it'll be interesting to see how they pull this one out. They're our player up in this round, Stracy. Having said that, though, Snail has just been taken down. Matrix back onto Ruben. So a slow start, but picking up towards the end here. Vincent onto Hawkey. Matrix has been dropped from Viacor. And again, COD2 MP looking to try and pick up the round. They are 2-1 behind, so this is an important round for them to bring it back even again. Anonymous are playing this one pretty slow, though, as Head has just opened up onto space. Then onto Calvin as well. Brilliant play from him. Looks like he's going to go straight for that bomb plant on A site as well. He realises it's very unlikely all three would have been on A, so he's got the bomb down very quickly. Vincent with the shotgun and the MP44 coming under heavy fire, and he will get dropped to make it 3-1. That was a 3 versus 2, or in fact I think that may have been a 4 versus 2 clutch for Anonymous there. And again proving what you just said, Darko, about them being favourites.
Yeah, very nice clutch play by Head, who really used some very sneaky skill to crawl up on them on A-bomb and take it out. So if we move into the next round, let's take a look at the defending team. Let's take a look at Vincent, who's pushing B-side with a trench. He managed to take out Vio with a nade back on B corner of East Road, and he's gradually trying to push East Road with his teammate on the roofs. He got spotted by one of the attacking team that is going B far east. And now he's basically camping and waiting around the garage, where he knows that if they want to go to B, they will have to come across him. My feeling is that the attacking team will have to pull back, which they are doing, towards A-bomb. and they will have to hope that the defending team is holding B. However, Calfian's there, he took out one, Snail takes him out, and we have Hockey pushing the back of A-bomb, which could work quite well if he managed to take out the defender on the back of A, or A corner. Bombs planted, and now they have to cover basically two directions that they can get taken out from, which is A corner or banana, as they call it, banana wall, or back from A alley. There's two of them, so realistically they should be able to hold it, but we'll see how the defending team coordinates this attack to defuse. Vincent takes out Snail, Strifesea takes out Hockey, and that's a round for COD 2 MP owners, and they're going to take it back to 2-3 from their perspective.
Alrighty, I'm going to take a reaction fast on here with Anonymous as soon as we get the spawns coming. And I'm going to follow on to... I have to wait a bit longer. But let's just take it away with the vehicle right from the beginning here. And see what he can do for his team. Of course, on the attack, he's going to throw the grenade straight over towards the A site. Grenades, very important. And in fact, Matrix has picked up that frag onto VO. Kind of unlucky, it bounced off the wall. And head straight back onto Matrix. Seth could have had a frag there, but instead he actually got grenaded from Hawkeye, who then got team shot from Head. In the back of the head, strangely enough. But Axis have maintained this player advantage in this round. Kind of confusing start there.
What we saw here was a typical A fast rush, which happens, say, if you have 12 rounds aside, maybe 2 or 3 times per map. And it didn't work out too well because the nades were thrown in quite well to stop the push. So now they have to take it back, go slower, and try to pick him off. But we see Vincent takes out Snail, so it's all up on Head, who will have a very tough time to take this back.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, grenades were really good. We saw 3 or 4 grenades landing there on the rush. So really just kept Anonymous dead in their tracks. And Vehicle did try the push, but got grenaded, as I said before. It kind of bounced off the wall onto his head. And as we've been talking, 3 versus 1, Head, the last remaining player, got that team kill in before, coming under heavy fire from the A roof. That was an MP44 being shot there, so that will be Calfian, who is top of A roof. Head coming under heavy fire from the back, and that will be a frag from Vincent with the MP44. And the scoreline has moved to 3-3. They brought it back.
They brought it back. The problem there was that COD 2 MP owners they had very good time nades, which are key to defending the A bomb, and the team has to throw them every round, as we see them doing now. If you slack it off and you don't throw it, you can lose rounds on A quite easily. Let's take a look at Calfian from COD 2 MP owners, who's taken a very conservative approach to defending A-bomb, where he is basically just looking into the corner of A alley and holding this while hoping that his teammates on B are going to be able to hold off the push, which we can see is happening because we can hear a lot of shooting and smoke on B. Calfian will definitely have to try and push in right about now because his teammates are dropping on B, and we see he's going to try and take the route of A roof, where he's going to try and pick off the people who are defending the planted bomb from around the B roofs, which he didn't manage to. And I believe that this is a very difficult round for Calfian and Strafesea to be able to get for their team, because the bomb is planted and defended very safely, as we see from Snail and Spawn. So what I would say here is important for the players who are on A map or A bomb defending it to react much faster when they see that a B attack is happening. So off you go, Vince.
Yeah, I'm going to change over to my namesake of Vincent here. As you said before, they really need to watch out for these early pushes. Vincent is going to be the player who's going to sit back on B. Having said that, he has smoked towards the under B roof area on that little Jeep. 2 frags have aimed and gone. Matrix and Ruben have both been dropped here. And it would seem that Anonymous are kind of favouring the B push this time. You've got Veilcore, and I'm not sure who the other player with him was, but Hawkeye has just been dropped from Vincent's grenade. Snail way back at spawn, as you said before, Darko, just watching the rotate, hoping that COD2MP are going to be a bit impatient, see if he can get a pick or two.
Yep, I think Vincent is at risk now because he's moving through the middle, but however, I think he's going to try and get a camping position on the stairs, which we see he's doing. And with this position, we can say that the B bomb is fairly safe from their perspective.
Yeah, I've seen him actually go here before on the balcony, and it's a great spot, because with that shotgun, close range, you should have the upper hand 99 out of 100 times.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here, as Srafesty has just been dropped, so it's gone down to a 3 versus 3 situation, all even on the board. We can see COD2MP really disciplined. Sveig on the B side. Sorry, Dark, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I was just going to say that Vincent's only risk here basically is if he leans too much into the wall on the left, because in COD 2, unfortunately, there's a glitch that when you lean too much inside, you can see his body through the wall, and then he could get naded. However, his teammate managed to take down 2 of the attackers on B side, so B is completely safe, I believe. As is the whole round for COD2MP, who take it to 4 to 4. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say before, Calfian was so disciplined on the A site. He was literally just sat in the corner, looking at the same position for about 40 to 50 seconds. Just sat in the same place. Great stuff from him.
Great stuff. Can we take a look at Matrix on defense for COD2MP owners, who's also on back A alley, looking up into long roof towards the chimney, where you usually get people from the Allies team who try to cover the A area and basically prevent pushes from the defenders into the back of the attackers who go to B. He is getting a little bit impatient, as we can see, pushing more towards the A alley and getting up on A roof very quietly, making sure he doesn't touch the bushes, because otherwise the Allies could hear him and throw nades on his head on A roof. Okay, take it away, Vince.
Oh, sorry, the streamer was just talking to us, guys. I'm going to take the next round here, as basically with 47 seconds to go, no one's been dropped. Having said that, Veil has just been killed there. Snail back onto Matrix, who was the aggressor, and got the first blood. Vincent back onto Snail. Again, we see a very slow beginning, and then an outburst of fire towards the end. 34 seconds remaining in a 2 versus 4 situation against the Allies here. And Ruben, along with Hawkeye, have got their work cut out for them. Ruben's going to peek around to B, having a look under the bomb site, under the back B Jeep. Now peering across to the tank. He has just seen Vincent's head bobbing up and down, has converted that into a frag. Nice stuff from him. Now Hawkeye's pushing up alongside him. Need to be careful here because the scope of Srafey is looking across. He has missed a couple of shots there. And as such, they're going to go straight onto the bomb. Sveig has opened up onto one. Ruben straight back onto him though. Now coming under heavy fire and will get a grenade bouncing off his head from Calvin. And that will take the scoreline to a 5-4 in favour of COD2MP. Are we in store for an upset here, Darko?
I think they're doing very well, considering the pre-match say preferences, and the main reason is because they are very disciplined, as you said, and are holding the bombs without peeking too much, which is key to this map. Let's take a look at Vincent. He is around A bomb, which is quite a surprise considering he has a shotgun, I believe, but he's moving back towards B, and will be trying to push the alleys as usual, while he will have in his mind that the opposing team is definitely expecting that. He's taking a very, say, unorthodox approach and trying to get up the roofs of B with a trench gun, which only basically meant that he gave away his position. Vince, you used to play a shotgun quite a lot on this map, or generally in COD 2, I believe. Do you think, compared basically to COD 4, that it's a shame that the shotgun is not much abused in COD 4, or you think it's well balanced as it is here?
Well, In COD 4, the shotgun kind of has its ups and downs, like the M4 carbine or a weapon like that. Some people can get good results with the shotgun, others can't. I'm one of those people. As you know, as you just said, I used to shotgun a lot in COD 2, and I suck with it in COD 4. I mean, I really suck with it. So, yeah, I am a bit disappointed, but that's kind of the appeal of COD 2 to me. Even though I haven't played the game for a long time, I still love getting back into it like this, because it's such a... In my opinion, COD 2 is a very skill-based game. A lot of aim, much more recoil than the likes of COD 4, and you can see a lot of these sexy jump shots from Vercor and Ruben there with the rifles. Great stuff, and they've pulled their team back to an all-even 5-5. But yeah, to answer your question, Darko, a bit disappointed with the shotguns from COD 4, got to be said.
Okay, so yes, as you said, they managed to take it back to 5-5 with a very nice B attack, managed to pick off a few of the COD 2 MP owners team, where they didn't really pay attention, just like Viacor didn't pay attention now to the very frequent bombs that dropped into the area where he just died. Let's take a look at Vincent, who's trying to push the back on A-bomb very aggressively, while he has Snail watching the back, and that didn't work out at all, as he basically got dropped, and now they're very weakened on A-bomb and have to spread out more on their defense on this map, which will, I think, make the job much easier for the attacking team if they focus on one of the other side. Let's watch Strafesy, please, with his scope back of B truck, who just gets dropped again by Snail. Snail, as you can see, is using the very good strategy of holding back and getting picks. However, he got took down by Calfin as well, and we're on 2-on-2 right now. And we hear some of the Allies team trying to push A side through the alley. Calfin is aware of it, and he's watching the stairs very carefully so he doesn't get picked off. However, he will have a lot of trouble if they push simultaneously through the middle, the smoke, and through A alley. We can see that Ruben is already planting B. However, Sievk is in a very good position. He takes him out, and we have only Hockey left, who's also on B and is trying to hunt down Sievk in the alleys. And he manages, even though he was getting tagged, he manages to take him out with a shotgun. And we have a one-on-one situation where Calfian is on A-bomb. And I believe we can hear him pushing through the middle. Yes, there he is. And I think right now we'll have a typical Tujane one-on-one situation on B-Bon, and that was an amazing finish to the round where Calfin got tagged with the shotgun across the tank. However, he managed to pull off an amazing headshot, and he takes the round for his team.
Quick shout out to Replay from, well, I've just been asked to, so there you go. And as you said, Doc, I mean, that was such a sick reaction shot there. That was the car.
That was incredibly lucky, first of all, it must be said. But again, if you don't try it, you never get lucky. And I think maybe 8 out of 10 people would not even try to shoot him back when they get tagged with a shotgun from point blank. So it was very good play from Calfian to take the round for his team.
Yeah, confidence. But you know, as you said, if you don't try, you don't get, basically. And exactly. As we have carried on with the round, 2 players fallen again, Vincent and Ruben. Looks like an Allies B-focused push here, though. Hawkey has just grenaded Sefk. And looking good for Anonymous. But it's interesting to see they are going to bide their time. Don't want to rush in here. They're a player up. They're going to use that to their advantage. They're going to try and expose the weaknesses here. But Hawkey, I think, has just timed out 999. So basically, you're at a 3 versus 3 situation here. Unless Hawkey gets back in the next few seconds.
You have Matrix picking up to beat tank, which is also very common. And it works out. He takes out Snail. And now they have to rotate around because B is already lost. And the middle is lost as well. So I think we can pretty much book this to 6-6 after the first side, which is I think a good result from the view of COD 2 MP owners.
Yeah, and it definitely goes along with what you said before, Darko. This is quite an even map, in your opinion. You know, it's pretty much 50-50, and obviously the scoreline suggests that too.
Yep. What we were very lucky to see is no Punkbuster kicks. which is unfortunately still a big menace of COD 2 as such, is that on average when you play a match on ClanBase, for example, you tend to lose maybe 3 to 4 people on PB kicks per match, and it gets very annoying, especially when you're in close situations, 2-on-1, 2-on-2, 1-on-1, etc. So we were very fortunate not to see any punkbuster kicks here. So I think the score is fair, and it'll be a very interesting second half.
Absolutely. Obviously, roles going to be reversed. Now going to see Anonymous on the German side, and COD2 MP, of course, on the British. I'm just interested here because, before we said, well, you said that you thought Snail was going to top frag for Anonymous, or at least he's going to be the player to watch. He's on 12 for 9, top fragging. And he said Vincent would be the one to watch from COD2 MP. And surprise, surprise, he's top fragging for his team. So I bow down to your clairvoyance. You seem to be a god.
You tend to know these things when you've been playing the game since day one. Because I have played matches against each one of these guys, I think maybe 30, 40 times at least, at online and at LAN, so you basically know how they behave on most of the maps. And when you get important matches like this, which is the beginning of Eurocup, which is quite prestigious still, they tend to play as they should, so you actually get the top players top fragging and vice versa.
Now, I know there's going to be a lot of COD 4 players watching this, because obviously we did post this on Tech 9. Are there any future LANs or big online tournaments coming up, Darko, that you'd suggest people get back into if they are interested in COD 2?
Well, despite the recent, we can call it failure of the proposed COD 2 LAN at Newcastle, which didn't work out because only 5 teams have signed up, I'm happy to say that we can see quite a strong strengthening of the competitive COD 2 community, where you've had quite a few very good online competitions for prizes, mostly organized by ESF, the Hungarian organization, and we will see some good LANs next year with the Grunix LAN perhaps in Prague, and some other LANs that are going to happen in Czech Republic. And also some potential ESF LANs in Austria or in Hungary. However, let's take it back to the game. And Vince, I'll let you have the first round if you want.
Alrighty. I'm not sure if I was getting some TS lag there or not. Just give me a shout if I start to lag up. But our 2 players have dropped Head and the VA Corp. And of course, it's not looking too good for Anonymous at the moment. Snail has just been dropped 2 from a grenade, courtesy of Sefk. Vince will get the bomb down. Has just seen a player to his right, switches weapons and will get shotgun in the face from Hawkeye. I can't help but feel if he didn't switch the weapon there, he had a real shot at that frag. But either way, Hawkeye's now in a 1v3 situation with the bomb down. And of course he has given his position away with that previous frag. He has the trench gun and the MP44 coming into heavy fire for Matrix, who will pick up that frag. We will now see the first blood of the second half go to COD2 MP, who move 1 round ahead at 7-6.
This round, again, I would say was basically given to COD2 MP because of very careless movements at the start of the round by Anonymous on A-bomb, where 2 of them got taken out by nades. Nade avoiding is key. So as we see in the second round, they're much more cautious. Vio just got tagged by the sniper while trying to tack nade. And Vincent goes down by a nade, which is the attacking team's shotgun, which puts them in a big disadvantage. We have Hawkeye doing exactly the same thing that Vincent was doing. Let's not look at him because it will not be too interesting for our viewers, I believe. Him just laying there over there. However, if we take a look at Matrix, please, on the COD2 MP side, who is pushing up wide towards the smoke on B side, and waiting for his allies to get some picks in the middle on A so he could delay push on B, shoot some people in the back, ideally, and maybe do a plant on B or just support his teammates who are on A. As we can see, it's very calm. Everybody is basically just looking into spots, so spot aiming, and waiting for a position to open up and regroup or push that bomb accordingly if they're in attack. Vince, do you think as a caster who has been casting a lot of COD 4 in the previous years, that this could be boring for COD 4 players, or could they enjoy the tactics and the very kind of subtle strategies of this while head goes down?
Well, I just watched Hawkeye there, literally shotgun someone in the face. It was Matrix. I'll get back to your point in a second, but he literally shot him point blank range, got a tag, and didn't drop him. He must be scratching his head wondering, WTF, man?
Yeah.
But to answer your question, I look at it a different way, Darko. I look at them as different games entirely. COD 2, as you said before, is much slower, much more tactics involved. Because you have the one-shot rifles, which are one-shot kills, it includes a lot of these kind of sexy jump shots and, flick shots and that kind of stuff that you don't really get in COD 4, apart from if you're scoping. But as a caster, I enjoy them for very different reasons. COD 4 is just balls-to-the-wall action pretty much throughout, and COD 2 is more of a thinking man's game. I know I'm going to get flamed for that, but that's what I think.
Exactly. I think the entire flame war between the COD 2 and COD 4 fanboys needs to be basically taken by a different approach, and that is that they're two completely different games. One is a lot more kind of high energy, which is COD 4, where people run around and it's quick rounds, while this is a lot more subtle and a lot more about, just taking your spots, picking your spots right, and moving in the right moments. So I think both games have their beauties, and I think there doesn't need to be a discussion which one's better, which players are more skillful. It's more like, let's enjoy what we have. However, let's take it back to the game where COD 2 MP are up 8-6, and it's looking fairly good for them in this round as well, where it's 1-on-1. However, they've taken the defending teams are an Anonymous' shotgun, who's Hawkeye, which, however, if I look at the scoreboard now, both shotguns are down. So it'll be a long-range game without smokes, and I think that prefers the defending side at this moment, because if they get good spots and aim at the right corners, they should get clear shots on the allies, which we basically see them doing when VO is covering the alley very closely. Ruben on A head as well, and we see Snail pushing up to help VO, who just takes out Kiev. However, two of them go down. There's a big, strong push and rush on B side, and Snail is going to have a very tough time holding this. He goes down, and that's another round, I believe, very much for COD 2 MP, unless Ruben manages to flank and take out the two that are defending, so Matrix and Calfian, the Czech combo. In general, I think it's interesting to say that Matrix, Calfian, and Sravesi are three Czech players who have been playing quite successfully with eSuba and other Necro Razors and other top Czech teams. And as they take this round, namely Matrix, they seem to have formed a formidable partnership with the Dutch guys, and have taken it up to 9-6, which I think is very surprising from my perspective.
Yeah, I mean, going from what you said before, we kind of, well, I'm not going to say we, because I'm not going to pretend I have a clue what's going on here, but you kind of said that you thought Anonymous were the favourites for this match, currently 3 rounds behind. And one thing I've just noticed, perhaps it's been just purely down to the fact that it's been so long since I last played COD 2, but the amount of time, the duration of the smoke in COD 2 compared to COD 4 is ridiculous. That smoke just stays there forever. In COD 4, it's like a mouse fart. It's just there and then it's gone. It's ridiculous.
That completely changes the gameplay, because you basically can throw smoke and block off a portion of the map for a good 40 seconds or 45 seconds, I think. Yeah, 40 seconds exactly. And that completely changes the gameplay, because you not only can just smoke for a little while, like in COD 4, and rush in, but you can actually completely change the map to your advantage. So that is a big difference, as you said.
Yeah, but I actually like the difference. That's the thing as well. I like the fact that if you smoke somewhere, it's going to be smoked. That you're basically, as you said, blocking off an area of the map. It allows to maneuver, or to rotate, or perhaps to push in aggressively. And again, it just goes to that kind of thing I said before. It's more of a thinking man's game, this, I would have to say. And as much as I love COD 4 for its kind of bursts of just ridiculous action, COD 2 for me, it gets me on the edge of my seat a tiny bit more, because you can see the thinking process in a player's brain as they're moving around the map.
Yep,
as Vincent now just got scoped down. But you could see Vincent was really checking every angle. He didn't know that there was a player there, and he was just trying his best to try and spot him. And that will be Snail on the tank, literally behind a bomb site. Does do the flick shot, tags him up heavily, but doesn't drop him. Will jump again, misses the frag, and there's Viacor to pick up the pieces and to get the final kill. To bring this back to 9-7, I think really, Darko, that was a must-win round for Anonymous. If they lost that was 4 rounds behind.
Definitely, and as so many times before, Snail comes to their rescue again. Thomas played that round very cleverly. He hid behind the bomb, but didn't show himself at all. And he's quite famous for his sneaky play, which he totally proved there, and it gave him the round. Let's look at Viacor on A roof for Anonymous, who has been spotted from Bucket, which is the top of the stairs that is opposite of him, if he would get up now. Another big difference between COD 2 and COD 4 is that there's a big problem with prone shooting in COD 2 because you can't really do it fast. If you do it fast, it's clipping. So Viacor was in a very bad position back there because he was spotted, he was prone, and he couldn't flick shoot him from his spot because it would be called for clipping. We can see Viacor though back on a roof, and he's checking for the cross. Very nice shot on Stravesy. The sniper's down on the spawn roof. I think we're looking at another slow push on B side, and Matrix gets taken down by Head with a shotgun, and we are 3-on-2 in favor of the defending side. So Vio, Snail, and Head, who are 3 very solid players for Anonymous, are left. Snail takes down Calfian, and it's all up to Sief, which we need to find out who that is actually, because that's not his name, as I said before. And he's going to have a very tough time, I think actually impossible to win this round. And he gets a very nice headshot by Head, and we're back to another round 1 for Anonymous, and it's 9-8 to cut to MP, and I'm hoping that we're not seeing a collapse from them here, because it seems to be looking that way.
Yeah, back-to-back rounds for Anonymous. Vincent has definitely been underperforming on this half. He was top fragging for his team, now finds himself 3rd, still around the 10-12 mark, so he hasn't really progressed too much here. Safe has really upped his game, though. Have to give him credit for that. No early frags. Having said that, Vioko has just opened up on Serafi in the bucket area, now pushing back towards spawn. And he's trying the smoke banks. Nothing coming as of yet. 2 players, in fact, 2 players, sorry, on the B site. For a second I thought there might be 3.
I have a shout out. Since I live in Prague, so I know the Czech community quite well. Jakis, who's a very good up-and-coming player from Team 64, and his crew have a shout out for Matrix and Mpowner, and they're hoping that they'll be able to win this game.
Alrighty, well, back into the action here. 56 seconds to go. Looks like the allies are going to be pushing very aggressively into B any second now. Matrix is the point man, but Calfian has opened up onto Viacor in the meantime. Head straight back onto Vincent with the Lee Enfield, I think that was. Hawkey with a rifle shot of his own, this time the car. And suddenly, Anonymous looking well and truly back in this matchup, 4-2 ahead, won the last 2 rounds. This is to bring it back at even, 9 apiece. And really now it's just a case of sitting in and waiting. Head has also got the frag onto Calfian. Great play with the Enfield, and Hawkey comes in with another of his own. Back-to-back frags for those 2. And it will bring it back to 9-9.
Exactly, and I'm very worried for COD 2 MP owners because this is a typical game for X-Rage Gaming or Anonymous, where they tend to get quite lethargic at times in the middle of matches or in the beginning. However, when they see that it's trouble, they pull it into second gear, let's say, and they tend to take all the decisive end rounds, which we see here as well, especially with Ruben getting 2 frags right at the beginning of the round, and we're 5-on-3 with a very good lockdown of the defense by Anonymous. Hockey goes down on B side. So basically, as I said, it's a very typical Rage Gaming match where they're taking all the rounds that matter by the end of the game. What we can notice as well is that at the beginning of their defense, they tried to do their very aggressive defense on B side. They lost a few rounds and they are completely adapted and are taking a much more defensive approach now, and that has gone to their advantage. However, Matrix takes out a couple of players on B side, and B is quite open. where we have the attack, still a very gradual attack without a sudden push going towards B side, where for no apparent reason they're still looking into the middle while they should try and cross, I think, and plant the bomb, get it over with.
Ooh.
Snail takes out one from, and another, and that was exactly why they needed to move into B-bomb and try to get a plant until Snail got into his position. And he spotted the last player. Exactly.
Yeah, he was waiting there for a while. I mean, as you said before, they were kind of messing around in mid for too long. Snail was just sat there, literally with that scope, and he wasn't moving. And the great thing about the position he had is he's back of the A bomb site, and he had eyes on B. So regardless of what happened, Snail was going to be in the thick of the action there. And it's exactly what happened. Great double frag from him on into the next round here. Following on to Vincent again. He's got the Grand, obviously dropping the shotgun that we saw him taking previously in this matchup. And as you said before, Darko, I kind of picked up on that as well. Anonymous didn't have the greatest of defense starts, but they have definitely adapted to it, showed how versatile they are. And they've just kind of maneuvered themselves around into positions that give them the upper hand. Ruben has just got a double frag with the MP44, trying to find out where he is at the moment. And the answer is on A.
Yep, he's going huge. Ruben has a knack of being very surprising. Last round he pushed the middle and banana wall. This time he pushed A alley, like all the way up. And both rounds basically mean that they're 5-on-3 after the first 30 seconds. So sometimes, as you can see, as in COD 4, these hunting strategies also work, where you send one guy to try and get a few kills right at the start of the round and then lock it down, which is exactly what we see by Anonymous at this moment. So,
sorry, I got a lag spike.
No problem. I was waiting for you to pick up on what I said, but I was like, is this how this works?
Yeah, but a big thanks to you, man, Darko, for stepping in. Really appreciate it, man, helping me out. You know, you have the definitely have the knowledge on this game. You know what you're talking about, and of course, you know these two teams as well, which is great because you actually have some insight into the way they think. But as we have been talking, 3 versus 4 situation, Matrix pushing up to balcony here. Again, it would look like they're favouring this B approach, and that's exactly what Darko said before, actually, that the majority of times teams will try this B and then throw a couple of A rushes in there, but Matrix has kind of dribbled a tiny bit, and that will be the round to Anonymous. I thought he could have perhaps done a tiny bit better from that position. And now we actually see Anonymous go 11-9, so that's the last 5 rounds in a row to Anonymous. Perhaps that collapse has well and truly
occurred. We could see an A attack very soon, and it's coming right now, I believe. Exactly. Yeah. They have lost patience, and we see an A attack right now, and they're pushing it strong, holding the middle. However, the nades seem to be working so far. Hockey takes down one from the back of A. However, we have Calfin on the bomb already. He knows Hockey is behind the bomb. He's downed, and there's another one back away. It's a trench. Head takes him down. Vio comes in to help, and it's again 2-on-1 in the advantage of Anonymous. Very nice switching from B and middle to A bomb to basically stop an all-out rush, which wasn't expected. But as I said before the round started, could actually have been anticipated because the attacking team was getting frustrated with many rounds in a row lost on B.
Absolutely. They'd pushed B so many times. It was kind of obvious. The writing was on the wall there that they were going to push A.
Exactly.
And, one of the allies has just been dropped.
And you definitely shouldn't do it against the likes of Viacor and Ruben, who've played this game for so many times, and they will read you quite easily.
Yeah, definitely. So the GGs are actually being called out as it is a 5 versus 2 situation. Of course, the scoreline is 12-9. Makes that a 5 versus 1. Safe is the last remaining player. He's got the trench gun, so his range is going to be absolutely horrific. Having said that, he has just managed to get the frag onto Hawkeye and picks up the Car 90. And we'll get the frag as well, actually, onto Ruben. Great
Amazing
stuff
shot
from him. Yeah, reaction shot, kind of a no-scope. And that's one of the great things I love about rifles in this game. You can zoom in, you can no-scope. It just gives you so many different options. But he has to be careful because there are 3 more players to find. Very much disciplined here. Head just camping on top of the roof, looking straight into the garage area. Viacor is kind of in a similar position to Snail with the rifle, looking across B. And for me, he's the guy that's most likely going to get into the thick of the action soon. Having said that, though, Safe actually had a smoke still, as he was the shotgun carrier, has smoked the tank. And again, just completely blocks off all visibility But he is coming under heavy fire here from the ground of Eurocup. I don't fancy his chances from this position with the shotgun and the car. Again, fire coming in. He's going to have to play this one exquisite. He's went for the fake, expecting someone to push him. Going to come around the corner right now with a shotgun. Tags one player up, but won't drop him. Going to jump around the corner and get shut down in the back from head. And that will be the GG there. Anonymous win 13-9 over COD 2 MP.
Yep,
And massive comeback, Darko. You know, they were looking kind of down and out at one stage.
Exactly, but then they adapted. They changed from a very aggressive defending style to a very conservative defending style and worked out very well. And as I said,